everyone, and welcome to Amy Learns to Cook. On the show today, we're going to make my perfect crispy hash browns. Now, a lot of you know that breakfast is my favorite meal of the day, and these hash browns go great with pancakes, with eggs, with bacon, sausage, whatever you want to put with it for breakfast. So join me as we make my perfect crispy hash browns. So what I've done is I've peeled 6 or so potatoes. These potatoes are kind of small. I have them in cold water because you want to keep them from discoloring, so you put them in water. And what we're going to do is we're going to shred them. And I have a 7-cup food processor here with the medium shredding disc. And we're going to go ahead and put our potatoes in, and we are going to shred these babies, right? Wow, that was cool. And we're just going to, this thing is pretty full. I have a couple unprocessed pieces of potato here. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this shredded potato back into this water here, just as a holding spot. One of the things we want to do with these potatoes is we want to get all of the starch out. And the way you do that is to rinse them. So we're putting them in cold water here, but we're also going to put them into a salad spinner, and we're going to rinse them and then spin them dry. You don't want a lot of starch in them because starch is going to make them gluey, right? And we want nice shreds in our hash browns. So we're going to heat our pan up here. I'm going to put it on like a 9.5. And you don't want to put a lot of oil in your potatoes because if you have too much oil, it's just going to be drenched in it. So you just want a little bit of oil in there, and we're going to let this pan heat up, and we're going to rinse our potatoes. So what I have here is a salad spinner, and basically this is great. We're going to rinse our potatoes and then we're going to spin them dry. You want to get all the starch out and you want them dry so when you put it in the pan you don't get an explosion, right? So with this salad spinner, this is an OXO, and it has the lid with the spinner on it, and basically goes on that and spins. This is a little brake. And we're going to go ahead, we're going to put the potatoes in this, and we're going to take them to the sink, and we're going to rinse them really well, and then we're going to come back and put them in the spinner. So we're going to just grab a decent amount here of our potatoes. It's probably going to be 2 loads on this, and 2 loads in there. Take a little bit out. And then I'm going to go ahead and rinse them. So I rinsed the potatoes really nice. I got all that starch out of them. And now I have them in our bowl. So basically what this is this little bowl. You put it in here. We're going to put the lid on, and we're just going to spin these. Woo! And we just hit the little brake. And what you'll see is the potatoes are fairly dry, and you have all this liquid that came out of there. So we are in good shape. Our oil and pan are heated up. I went ahead and rinsed the other set of hash browns here, and these are nice and light and fluffy. So we're going to go ahead and put these in our pan. Wow. I love that sound. I'm probably going to be cooking these in 2 batches. You don't want to overdo it because you want them to brown. You don't want to stir them up too much. You want to keep them just on the one side, and when that starts browning, we'll flip them then. But if you start browning them too much and stirring, you just end up with kind of a mess. You won't get that nice crisp browning on them. So it's been about 5 minutes or so. We're going to go ahead and flip because it's browning. You might have to flip again. It's no big deal. Woo! Yum, 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 yum. The big thing is you just don't want to, you don't want to break up all your shreds. You're not making, sometimes when I made these in the past and I didn't rinse them, they got really mushy and they never really browned all the way. So by rinsing them, you get all that starch off and you get a lot better browning on them. So we're just going to let this brown up some more. So we have a really nice brown on our hash browns here. I'm going to put a little bit of pepper and a little bit of salt. You can season these however you want. They're great with just salt and pepper. I always love to put barbecue rub on my hash browns. Even French fries, everything. Barbecue rub goes with everything in my book, right? So we're going to go ahead and take these out. And we're going to get our second batch going. I'm going to put a little bit more olive oil in here for our second batch. And I'm going to go ahead and put these babies in. And we're going to do the same. Okay, we're going to put a little pepper, a little bit of salt again, a little bit of barbecue rub. Wow, they look really good. We're going to take our other serving out. And we're going to have a taste. So our hash browns are done and it's time to take a taste. I'm going to eat mine with a little bit of salsa. You can use ketchup. That's the traditional way, but I like salsa on everything. So that's how I eat it. And we're going to go ahead and take a little serving, or a big serving. Wow, it looks really good. I absolutely love hash browns. Take a little bit more. And let's take a taste. They're nice and crispy. What's great about them is the shreds are all separate. They're not mushy. Wow. Did I mention that I love hash browns? They're really good. You can cook them as soft or as crispy as you like it. I sort of use Eric's formula. His formula is 50-50. 50% crisp and 50% soft. Wow. These will make a perfect breakfast. They're so, so good. So, just a few little tips about creating hash browns. Make sure you rinse your potatoes, and it's great to do it in a salad spinner. You can just use, dry them in a towel, squeeze them in a towel, but the salad spinner works really great. That separates all the shreds. Also, only cook them in a little bit of oil. You don't need a lot of oil. If you use too much, you'll basically drown them, and they tend to be really greasy. Simple to make, and they're just really, really good. If you like this video, please subscribe below and give me a comment and a like, and visit my website at amylearnstocook.com. I'm also on Twitter and Pinterest at Amy Learns to Cook.
Now you see it, now you don't.
Our
Oh yeah.